All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today, this week, actually, we're going to be looking at systems of equations. So on Monday, graphing. Now, the great news is you just practiced your graphing skills in the Chapter 4 information. So you should remember slope-intercept form, maybe the x-intercept, y-intercept, and being able to graph two lines. Now, our goal is to be able to find, hopefully, where they are going to cross. But remember, there are two special answers. The parallel lines will not cross, therefore it would be a no solution answer. And then you might have that occasional where line 1 and line 2 are actually the same line. So when you graph it, you really would just have one line, and that would be infinitely many solutions, because a lot of ordered pairs would make that to be true, because there are infinite amount of ordered pairs made up on a line. So looking at our information here again, just go ahead and quickly identify. If you notice, you have a few ways to be able to do this. Actually, looking at your assignment, problems 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all ready for you to graph using your slope-intercept form. 5 has one line that needs to be changed, and that's actually very similar to what we're going to do right now. 6 has one line that needs to be changed. Number 7, you could probably just use your intercepts there, and then remember x equals 4, that's going to be a vertical line. And then looking at number 8, line 1, you can use your intercept style. Line 2 is going to be changing it using your slope-intercept form, and that's really what we're going to concentrate on right here again. So line 1, all you really have to do is subtract 2x on both sides, so you get y equals negative 2x plus 2. Again, you could have used your intercepts if that's a little bit quicker for you. And line 2, put little ones there. Again, you can use your intercepts. The numbers work out really good, but practicing the step, move the x, then divide. Don't forget you are dividing by negative 1. So slope is 1 or 1 over 1, and y-intercept is really 0, negative 4. So you would plot those points on your coordinate plane. And again, you're hoping to see where they actually intersect. And that point of intersection, remember, is your actual answer. If you notice, they're going to share a dot right there. Therefore, that is the point of intersection. Where I need you to go ahead and put that ordered pair, the parentheses, is right next to where they intersect. So go ahead and label that as 2, negative 2. Now, testing that point, not going to stress that too much right now, but again, if you wanted to, you could substitute those numbers back into your equations, and you would check them on both lines. Now, the really great point of testing that is sometimes students are going to make their lines, and it just doesn't quite match where it should be. One way you can prevent that is by doing more dots. So for example, 3 is the minimum, but sometimes we put more. I was helping my son with this recently, about a week or two ago, and his lines were just a little bit off each time. He took his straight edge, lined it up, but it didn't pass perfectly through that actual set of points, so it's a little hard to see the answer sometimes. But when we changed it and put more dots, then they would actually share it like it did or does right there again. When it goes and touches, right there is what we want. All right, line 2 is all ready to graph in slope-intercept form. Line 1, you can do your intercepts, or you can practice, again, slope-intercept form. Move the x and then divide. So my slope is a negative 1 over 1. Remember, that's a downhill line. Y-intercept is 2 or 0, 2. Come on, Windows. All right, we have our two lines. Line 1 going downhill. Line 2 going uphill. Now, if you notice, I could put one extra point right here, and I could have put an extra point right here. So again, they would be sharing a point. Point of intersection, again, 3 and negative 1. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is obviously practice those skills, but it might be helpful if you actually go to Desmos as well. In high school, you should have great practice practicing your graph already, so they may ask you to go ahead and practice with a graphing calculator or even the Desmos app. Remember, I've shared this many times throughout the school year. So for example, let's say that our line 1 was already in the form of y is equal to 1/2 Make sure your X is not at the bottom, goes to the side, and subtract 3. So line 1 was ready to graph. Now line 2 was maybe your intercept. So maybe that's 2x subtract 4y is equal to 8. Oh, wow, look at that. They are parallel. Therefore, it would be no solution. So quick check on your graphs. That's the whole point of the website. It's not to do the work for you. It's just to quickly check to see if it is, in fact, going to go ahead and line up. Now, of course, we have our answers on the side of the worksheet. But again, we're practicing those skills that we're trying to help you retain now and hopefully during the summer so that you can be that much better when you start high school. Remember, you want to be at the top of that class, being able to jump right into your freshman year and being awesome. All right, go ahead and do the best that you can. Send us any questions as needed. All right, be awesome.